Hey guys, so today I'm here and I'm going to be talking about a very controversial subject right now in the beauty community, and that is the Subculture palette. I do have this on my eyes right now. I don't know how it's looking right now, hopefully okay. But yes, I did recently pick this up. I've been playing around with it now for a few days. I didn't want to just rush out and do a review. So here's my opinion. I am not affiliated with anybody. I don't get sent PR, and my opinions aren't paid. So this is actually probably one of the realest reviews you'll probably get on this palette. So yeah, let's get to it. First, do see it. You do, of course, you know, guys already know. You get the dual-ended brush. Now these are beautiful. You mainly do get matte shades, and these are extremely pigmented. Kind of except Cube. I do have that in my inner corner, but that's not really a pigmented shade. Now to get into it. I'm sure you guys have all seen all the videos and all that going on. I try my best not to watch them, but then it's really hard not to see them because that's all I see on my subscription feed. So yeah, first things first, I've used almost every color minus Rowdy, Mercury, and I think that's it. I used every other shade in this palette except for these two. Now to talk about it. I don't think the fallout is as bad as what people were making it out to seem like. I thought it was going to be completely awful. Granted, when I take and do my makeup, it's nothing against anybody. I love a lot of the people that did videos on this. I'm actually really big fans of a lot of them, but I don't dip in the shadows like this or dig around, especially with Anastasia. I don't know, what most of my higher end palettes, I don't really do that. I just kind of just dip in here. For me though, I did get mine at Ulta. I did use the Platinum perk when you get 20% off if you're Platinum, so it kind of made it better for me to purchase this. So get to that too. But I don't think the fallout is as bad, at least from the one I got from Ulta. So let's get to it. I will say a few of these shades, my complaints are kind of different than what most people's complaints are. I didn't really have too hard of a time, like, I don't know, like blending. It wasn't like impossible. I would say some of them are harder to blend into one another in comparison to other shadows. I will say it will take a lot longer to blend. I don't know. I feel like unless you do a very basic look, you're going to spend more time blending your eyeshadows. But it is blendable. Well, I can't speak for two of the shades. They are blendable, at least for me in the palette I got. They are blendable. However, my biggest complaint with this palette has nothing to do with fallout. It doesn't have to do with blending. My biggest problem with this palette actually has to do with the oxidation from some of the shades. Alright. I already know all about the color wheel and mix, match, whatever. I know what to do. Right now I got a very monochromatic look, even though it doesn't look it. I actually use Electric, which is green. I use a little bit of Destiny, a little bit of Untamed, and a little bit of Access. These are all in the green family, okay? Very monochromatic. They oxidize like crazy, these shades. Especially, I'm going to pull up my sleeve here. Especially Edge, New Wave, Roxy, and Dawn really oxidize the most. But especially Edge. It's like a really pretty mustard shade. Almost instantly, that mustard shade starts to get kind of orange. I don't know if you guys can see that. It almost looks like I just did New Wave. And again, here's New Wave. Like, I don't know, they're just like, I don't know, they oxidize, and it's really weird. I never had a shadow do that to me before. Here's Roxy, and watch, these are all start to get really dark. I don't know if you guys can see that there. Here's Dawn. And then these, I don't know, they oxidize, and that's like probably my biggest peeve with it, because I think I'm going to put in one color to like use as like my crease color or transition, and okay, now you can kind of see they start to get like deeper and darker. I do still love these colors. I think they're beautiful shades. However, I wasn't expecting as much oxidation to happen, especially with eyeshadows, so I will put that out there. I don't dislike this palette. I like it. It's just something I have to get used to, if that makes sense. It's something different than what I'm used to doing with makeup. A little bit I'm a little bit disappointed in comparison to the Modern Renaissance. I love that palette. I think it's great. However, I'm going to suggest if you're a beginner with makeup, not to bother getting this unless they change it or something. I think unless you have more of the brushes and the tools to take and blend and all that, you're going to find this to be a pain, and I think you're going to get mad and discouraged. Definitely not a beginner friendly palette. These are extremely pigmented, which are beautiful. However, it can also be a downfall, especially if you're a beginner, so I would not recommend this. Modern Renaissance, yes, get it even if you're a beginner. They blend beautifully, it's easy. I don't think this is as bad as people say it is. I honestly don't. I don't think it is. Again, I got mine from Ulta. And I don't know, if I do this, like, yeah, there is a lot. But again, why would, I mean, that's not how, I typically use my eyeshadows. There is a lot of fallout, but I don't think mine is as bad as other people's. Say though, this palette does get messy, and it gets messy quick. I only used it a handful of times, and I already got makeup kind of on the outside. And you can kind of see, I really like this electric shade actually a lot, and I actually do like Cube. It's one of those subtle, but it's actually really, really helpful colors. But electric's my favorite. I'll probably hit pan on that really fast. A few of these shades I do plan on using. However, again, see the swatches? How they oxidize. I hope it's coming off on camera and how it is. But I do like this. I do like this palette. I'm going to say it. I know people aren't going to like me for it. But I do like it. I just think it's, you have to use it differently than what you're probably used to, which is in a way kind of a pain, but then in a way it's kind of neat, because then I feel like, I don't know, I'm doing something different outside the box. I don't know, I kind of went for more bold eye. Normally I'm always like really light and neutral, and I kind of went for like, I did like a smokier eye. I do look at this and honestly feel inspired to do a look, and that's something that's amazing. I just would not recommend if you are a beginner, or if you're somebody who just, you know, doesn't want to sit there and blend, and you don't, you know, have a bunch of brushes to sit there and maybe make it work, if that makes sense. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I am going to do some tutorials with this palette, and thank you guys so much for watching. And again, disclaimer, you know, I honestly really love Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is kind of a weary palette where I feel like if they fixed a few things, it'd probably be perfect. But like I said, I do like it, just not for beginners. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'd enjoyed, and thank you. Bye.